Hello everyone, welcome to English Like a Native with me, Anna English. Apologies for being a little bit late, but I was having trouble with my tech. So today we are learning 15 common slang words beginning with the letter J. So this is British English slang, words that are commonly spoken by English natives but that you don't see written down very often and regularly are not taught by your English teachers. Now, I am dual streaming today. I'm dual streaming here on YouTube, where as always you will see the notes and I have access to the Patreon Skype room. And I'm also streaming on Instagram so that you guys on Instagram, if you're not following me yet on YouTube, you can get a feel for what these lessons are like. Although on Instagram, you're not going to see the notes. So if you really want to see the notes and see what I'm talking about, then come and join me on YouTube, English Like a Native. Otherwise, sit back and enjoy the lesson. So let's get started. Let's jump straight on in to the notes that I've made. And the first word, the first English slang term that you'll hear is the word jab. Jab. Now we use the word jab to mean injection. So if you are going for your jabs, you are going for your injections. We often use this instead of saying injection. And the example sentence I've given here is, we have to have our jabs today and I'm really not looking forward to it because I hate needles. We have to have our jabs today and I'm really not looking forward to it because I hate needles. So, have you had a jab recently? Do you like needles or not? Let me know. Okay, the next one is quite a funny one, and that is the word jacksy. Jacksy. So, we will often say jacksy to mean bum or bottom, or if you're learning American English, you might know it as butt. Basically, what you sit on, your bum. And we tend to say this, a jacksy, when we're talking about jacksy, we'll tend to say the phrase to sit on your jacksy, to be lazy and sit on your bottom, to sit on your jacksy. The example sentence I've given is, it's not fair that I have to work all day while you are sat here on your jacksy playing video games. It's not fair that I have to work all day while you are sat here on your jacksy playing video games. So to be lazy and to sit on your bum, to sit on your jacksy. I like that one. It's fun. Okay, welcome. We have 45 people here watching on YouTube. If you are new here, make sure that you subscribe and press the bell notification button so you don't miss the next lesson. And if you are a regular, you know what to do. Press that thumb button. And if you're watching on Instagram, there's 25 of you now. Hello. Make sure you give this a little bit of love. And if you're able to, then why not share it? I don't know if you can. But if you can, then please share it. Let's get loads of people in learning about jacksies and jabs. That's what English is all about. Okay, so guys, the next word that we're going to look at here is the word jammy. Jammy. And the word jammy means lucky, to be jammy. Now, we sometimes use this when we're talking about a person who is lucky. We might call them a jammy beggar or a jammy bugger. But beggar is more polite than bugger, so choose your words carefully. If you call someone a jammy beggar, that's okay. It's okay. If you call someone a jammy bugger, that can be a little bit harsher, so just be careful in using that one. And in some cases, people do use a swear word and say a jammy bastard. So, yes, be very careful, but in general it means that you're lucky. You're a very lucky person. You can describe a situation as being jammy as well. So you could say, oh, that was jammy, meaning that was lucky. So imagining you're driving your car and you skid. You're about to hit something and then miraculously you don't hit anything. You go, whew, that was jammy. That was lucky. Okay, fabulous. So, jammy, and the example sentence I've given for this, you can see the notes on YouTube. The example sentence is, Sarah won the lottery twice in a month. She is so jammy. Sarah won the lottery twice in a month. She is so jammy. Lucky for Sarah, huh? Okay, so the next word on this list, so this will be word number 4, is the word jazzy. Jazzy. Like jazz, we just add a Y on the end, jazzy. And this means that it is bright and colourful. Probably a bit in your face as well. So bright and colourful, jazzy. So you could say, I have a jazzy room. I have a jazzy background. It's bright and it's colourful. And the example sentence I've given here is, we all admire his jazzy tie collection. We all admire his jazzy tie collection. So imagining someone has a lot of ties that are very brightly coloured, maybe with stripes or polka dots, very bright. I would say that's a jazzy tie collection you have there. Wonderful. Okay, and the next word on the list is the word jet set. Jet set. If you are jet set, it means you are rich and fashionable. So we tend to talk about the jet set lifestyle, to have the lifestyle of someone who is rich and fashionable. And the example sentence I've given here is, it must be nice to have a jet set lifestyle. It must be nice to have a jet set lifestyle. It must be, huh? Okay, so I'm hoping that on Instagram I can't see the oh, now it's really dropped. Hang on YouTube. I'm having problems with my phone here. That is Instagram. Hi Instagram. Oh, okay. We're a bit squiff there. Just stay there. Don't fall down. Okay. Oh, the beauty of live streaming. So we've had quite a few words there. That's jet set, jazzy, jammy, jacksy, and jab. Can you remember the meaning of all of those? Jab, jacksy, jammy, jazzy, and jet set. Hopefully you can remember. Okay, so we have 86 people now watching on YouTube. It would be amazing if you guys can press the share button and get that number up above 100. Let's get 3 figures in here, and hopefully all of you have pressed that thumb button, and hopefully you are all subscribed. All right, so what is the next word on the list? Well, we have a very common slang term, and that's the word jiffy. Jiffy. It's important that you know what this means because we often use it, and it means quickly or soon. So I would usually say, I will be back in a jiffy, or it will be here in a jiffy. In a jiffy means any moment now, very, very soon. And the example sentence I've given here is, I'm just popping out to the shops. To pop out means to go quickly, to pop out. I'm just popping out to the shops. I will be back in a jiffy. I will be back very soon. Just popping out to the shops. I'll be back in a jiffy. Ta-da! Great. Okay. Now, the next word is the word jitters. To have the jitters, or to be jittery. To be jittery. Now, these mean to have nerves or anxiety. So, to have the jitters is to have anxiety. To be jittery is to be anxious. Okay, so the example sentence I've given here, the way we regularly use the word jitters is to talk about pre-wedding jitters. So that nervousness that you feel before you get married. So it's not a bad nerves, it's just kind of an anxious, excited nerves. So many people suffer with pre-wedding jitters just before they get married. It's natural to be jittery. Many people suffer with pre-wedding jitters just before they get married. It's natural to be jittery. So there you go, the word jitter and jittery. Fabulous. Okay, so the next word, now the next word is verging on a rude word. Okay, and I'm going to tell you all about this word in just a moment. I'm going to just very quickly answer some of your questions in the chat room. And while I do that, I'm going to play an advert on YouTube and talk to some of my people in the chat room. So here we go. Okay, so I've got quite a few people here in the chat room. Guys, if you're trying to chat to me on Instagram, then I can't come up and touch the phone because the phone might fall down. So come and chat to me on YouTube is the best place to come and talk to me. Hello, guys. How's it going? Fabulous. Okay, so what questions have I had? 2-pack was in a Jiffy. No, I don't understand that question. To get jiggy. Okay, yeah, that's another one that I haven't added. To get jiggy. To have a jig is a dance. So a jig is an Irish dance. But to get jiggy is to get a bit naughty, a bit fruity, and to, have a sexual encounter. So hello, if you're joining me back from that ad break there, but to get jiggy, which I've just seen in the comments, I'm going to add onto the list because that is a good one, and it comes just before this word here, which is the word jizz, which is also used when we're talking about sex and stuff. So let's put jiggy in here. No, not ziggy, jiggy, and we don't want to correct it. Thank you very much. Jiggy. Sexual. To get sexual. Let's get jiggy. Okay. Autocorrect is so funny. It just said let's get piggy. We don't want to get piggy, we want to get jiggy. Okay, so jiggy means sexual. Of course, be very careful who you use this with. But then again, this is all slang, so this is all informal. You would never use these words in a formal situation. Although, to be fair, actually, you would say jitters in a formal situation. That's fine. But the next word you definitely do not want to use in a formal situation, that's the word jizz. Jizz means sperm or to come, the actual act of releasing sperm. And the example sentence I've given here is, it's so embarrassing. The doctor asked me to jizz in a cup. So if you're not very well and you have to go to the doctor for some checkups, and they have to check some things, they might ask you to provide a sperm sample. And in a slang way, you could say, the doctor asked me to jizz in a cup. Oh dear, slang is funny, huh? Okay. So I hope everything is going well in the chat room here. I'm not able to keep an eye on it, but I will answer questions at the end. So just keep your questions until the end. The next word is the word Johnny. Now, Johnny is normally a name. It's a British name, short for Jonathan, or an elongation of the name John, Johnny. However, in a slang way, the name Johnny can actually be used to mean condom, basically. So a condom, a Johnny. And the example sentence I've given here is, it's better to be safe than sorry. Always use a Johnny. It's better to be safe than sorry. Always use a Johnny. And that rhymes. Wow, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Oh, a nice cup of mint tea today. All right, the next one you might hear from a native, particularly if you are in the hairdressers. When you go to the hairdressers, they tend to have a lot of small talk, and during that small talk, they will usually ask you if you're going on holiday, if you're going to take a vacation. And so they might say, are you going on your jollies anywhere? And you might respond with, yes, we are off on our jollies later this month. We are off on our jollies later this month. So to go on your jollies is to go on holiday. Jolly holiday, a jolly holiday, on your jollies. Do you have any jollies booked? Are you going off on your jollies, or have you just come back from your jollies? Okay, so The next word on the list, we're getting close to the end, is the word juice. I use this a lot actually. So juice obviously is like orange juice or something that you drink, but we also use juice when we're talking about things that you don't drink but that fuel you or power you. So for example, I might talk about petrol being juice. So if I need to put petrol in the car, I might say I need some juice in the car. So the car needs juice. The car is out of juice. And the example sentence I've given here is similar to that. The car is running low. I must stop to get some juice. The car is running low. I must stop to get some juice. Okay, so the next word, unfortunately, a lot of slang refers to rude things. I try to avoid it where I can, but it's just necessary sometimes. And so the next word is the word jugs. Jugs. And jugs basically can obviously mean something that you pour fluid out of, a jug of water. But if you're talking about jugs, then you could be talking about a woman's breasts. Yes, so be very careful when you're asking someone to come and have a look at your jugs. Don't I have a nice pair of jugs? Be very careful because someone might think you mean boobs. And the example sentence I've given here is, he kept staring at that lady's jugs, which was completely inappropriate. Okay, the next word that we're looking at here is the word juicy. Juicy. If something is juicy, then it could mean it's very interesting. It's a very interesting piece of information. It's some juicy information. We normally couple this word with the word gossip. So you normally hear the phrase juicy gossip. I've got some juicy gossip. I just heard some juicy gossip. So it means very interesting gossip or news. And the example sentence I've given here in the notes is, I heard some very juicy gossip this morning. Ooh. Okay, the next phrase, and we only have two left. Here we go. The next phrase is jump ship. So to jump ship means to leave early, unexpectedly, and suddenly you leave. And this is after you've agreed to stay. So you'd normally jump ship from a job or somewhere where you're obliged to be. So if it's your obligation, your duty to be there, and you leave unexpectedly, you are jumping ship. You're jumping ship. And the example I've given here is, Anna signed a 12-month contract in October, but jumped ship in March. Anna signed a 12-month contract in October, but jumped ship in March. So I left my contracted job early. I was supposed to be there for a whole year, but I left very early. Naughty Anna. Okay, one more and then I'm open to comments. Okay, so the next word is the word jumpy. To be jumpy. And to be jumpy is to be uneasy, to be anxious, and to be on edge. So it's like you're full of tension and anything could make you scared, could make you jump. Woo! I'm jumpy, okay? So the example sentence I've given here is, I'm always a little jumpy when I'm home alone at night. I am always a little jumpy when I'm home alone at night. So I do actually get a little bit nervous if I'm home alone at night time and then I hear something outside and I go, oh, I hope there's not someone out there. Oh, scary. Okay, so there you have it. Jumpy, jump ship, juicy, jugs, juice, jollies, Johnny, jizz, jiggy, jitters, jiffy, jet set, jazzy, jammy, jaxy, and jab. So it started as 15 words, but now it's actually 16 words on the slang words list. So hello everyone. Hi.